I'm Allison Richard, your stress management and self-care coach, and today I wanted to bring you part one of a three-part series on tools to support your emotional well-being. And the emotion that I really wanted to start with today is one of fear. So I wanted to start with this emotion because fear is really one of the foundational emotions that we have. So fear and love kind of being the two emotions that are the polar opposites and pretty much the emotions that every other emotion comes out of. So if you think of other emotions like anger or frustration or hurt, all of those kind of stem from a place of fear. So I really wanted to start with this kind of root emotion of fear. And because it's one that really is part of our survival brain. So one that we all have, one that really can be a part of holding us back from things that we really want in our lives. If we kind of allow our fear to drive our actions and how we show up in the world. So to start with this emotion of fear and wanting to remind you that as we go through these different emotions and parts of this series, that there are no negative emotions. So there aren't bad emotions and good emotions. And every emotion serves a purpose. And that purpose is there to help protect us or kind of signal to us that maybe something isn't going right or that we need to kind of do something or take an action to be able to kind of protect ourselves or to, bring about what we want in our lives, whether that's change or just shifts in some way. So there aren't any negative emotions. They all have a purpose. And the time that they become problematic is when we don't actually hold space for them. So we maybe don't acknowledge them or we just don't give them a voice. Or if we just kind of push them down and repress them and we don't allow ourselves to actually process them. So they're there to help us, do something different and to protect us. And once we kind of acknowledge them and do what it is that they are there to have the purpose of, then it's useful for us to basically process it through ourselves and release it so that we're not holding on to it in our physical and energetic bodies. So that's what our series is going to be about, is helping us to process these emotions so that we can then release them and let them go. So like I said, we're going to start with fear today, and we're actually going to use Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood as part of our tapping process. You can also use sandalwood as well. And as always, if you don't have essential oil, you can do this process without the essential oil, and it works just as well. So if you have your essential oil, you can put some on your hands. Just take a moment to kind of inhale that scent and exhale and let it go. So since you are doing this, either tapping into something that you are currently feeling fear about. So maybe there's something that you're worried about happening or something that is coming that you're a little bit afraid of. Tapping into something that's creating a little bit of fear for you. And you're going to find the pinky side of one hand. Doesn't matter which hand you use. Take your fingertips of your opposite hand and just start to tap that pinky side of your hand. Good. And then as you do so, I want you to silently or out loud repeat to yourself, even though I'm feeling fearful about, and you can fill in the blank, I fully and completely love myself and honor how I'm feeling. And then you're going to say it again. So just take a deep breath for a moment. And then as you exhale, even though I'm feeling fearful about, I fully and completely love myself and honor how I'm feeling. And then one more time, deep breath. Even though I'm feeling fearful about, make sure you exhale. I fully and completely love and accept myself and honor my feelings. Good. And then you're going to take your fingertips to your cheekbones and just kind of spread your fingers, go right below your cheekbones, and you're going to start to tap there. So you can continue to kind of think of this thing that you're feeling fear around as you tap here. And these stomach points just really help with assimilation. So in the same way our stomach is going to help us digest and process the food that we eat, tapping these points can help us to kind of digest and process information. So maybe that thing you're thinking about that you're afraid of. So fear often comes with things to be in the future. So the unknown. Good. And just take a deep breath in. Exhale. And then you're going to take your fingertips to your K27 points, your kidney points. So you're going to find your collarbones, go right below your collarbones, that little soft spot beneath, and you're just going to start to tap there. So when we have some of these unprocessed emotions, emotions kind of carry a frequency to them. So if you think of how fear feels on an energetic level versus how joy feels in your body, they feel very different. One feels maybe heavier, one feels lighter, one feels maybe more chaotic or anxiety producing. Another one maybe feels exciting or calming. So as we tap these kidney points, this is the very top point of your kidney meridian. And if we have unprocessed emotions, they have a frequency, and all the different organs in our body also have a frequency depending on, how much fluid is there, what tissues they're made out of. You can kind of measure the frequency of the different organs. And if we don't process these emotions, that emotion's going to kind of try to find a place in our physical body to set up residence and reside. And it's going to find the organ that resonates with the closest frequency to what it is. So fear tends to hang out in the kidneys. So you're going to take one more inhale and then exhale. And then you're going to take one hand to that space between your eyebrows, and you're going to start to tap there. And you're going to take your other hand, you're going to go on to kind of towards the base of your rib cage, go out to one side. So it doesn't matter which one. And you're going to tap both places for a moment. So I want you to start to think of this idea of feeling faith. So maybe feeling faith in the process or trust in the process, faith in yourself, and tapping. And as you tap again, silently or out loud, repeating to yourself, I face the unknown. I face the unknown. I face the unknown. Good. And then just switch sides. So take the other hand to the space between your eyebrows, other hand switching to the opposite side of your rib cage, tapping there. And again, just taking a moment to feel a sense of trust, feel a sense of faith. Maybe allowing yourself to start to imagine if this thing that you're afraid of actually works out better than you are imagining. Maybe allowing yourself to be open to that possibility. Go ahead and take one more inhale. And then exhale. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your fingertips to each side of your inner eyebrows and just tap there on your inner eyebrows. So these are your bladder points. And they just really help to encourage hope. So as you continue to maybe let your brain, your imagination, start to imagine and visualize ways that this thing that you're afraid of could actually unfold better than you're fearing or better than you're worried about. Just feeling that sense of possibility, feeling that sense of hope. Just taking one more inhale. One more exhale. And then just sealing it all in, take one of your middle fingers into your navel, into your belly button. The other one's going to go back into that space between your eyebrows and just push in lightly and pull up on those 2 points. And just taking a deep breath in through your nose, opening your mouth, exhaling, sighing it out and letting it go. So just starting to seal it all in. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. And then just releasing down, maybe taking a moment to just think of that thing that you were feeling fear around or afraid of, and just kind of noticing how you're feeling about it now. If you're feeling the same, if maybe you're feeling a little more uplifted or more of a sense of possibility, or maybe if that fear has just lessened just the tiniest bit. So feel free to comment below. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like or subscribe so that you can see the other videos in this series as well. And wishing you just a really blessed and a really, really beautiful day ahead. And take care of you.